back, everybody. Woo! Thanks for joining us on Crystals, Claws, and Coffee. I'm Brenda. This is Jenny. And thanks for tuning in. Welcome back if you have joined us before, and welcome if you're new.
So we're really excited about this one because we're going to be talking about crystals.
We love there's crystals. Like some sparkles going across the sky.
Our brains are like exploding. So we thought it was really important to talk about crystals and how you can use it in your everyday life.
Right. It's not as intimidating or, scary as some people might think crystals are.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are like, it's witchy, and it's like, what? If that's what you think it is, what kind of brain do you have? What are you thinking about? It's not witchy. Like, you don't want good vibes in your life, in your house with you. Like, come on, good energy.
Yeah, exactly. I think it all really depends on how you treat the crystals, right? Because we can definitely go there.
Yes,
but you don't have to go there.
Yeah,
with the crystals. All right. How did you get started?
So I think that I've always been like into crystals because...
You were always into rocks.
Yeah, because when I was younger, my mom used to buy me rocks and at like the Science Museum. The Science Museum, they have like a whole bunch and stuff.
Them there too.
So I remember having a clear quartz and a amethyst. Yeah, so... And I just had them, and I remember I had them in like this little like clear container that my mom bought me because I love them. I also wanted to be like an archaeologist. So I love the rocks.
No, where it all comes from.
I wanted to be an archaeologist, literally, when I was younger. And I just love the rocks. I think they were so pretty. I think that's how a lot of like little kids get into rocks because they do love rocks. They love them.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
love discovering a new rock or collecting, stones from the beach? I still do that. I did that when I was younger too. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I feel like I got into it.
Yeah.
But that's just like previous. But if you're speaking about like really getting into it, it was 2021 when I bought my first, at the end of 2020 when I bought my first crystal, and I had went to the store with intentions of buying a sound bowl because I was like super into Janae Aiko's new album, and I was like, what, sound healing? Like, this is a thing. Like, I want to be about this. And I went in and I got a sound bowl, and then I had walked in and I wanted to buy selenite because I remember you had selenite and I really liked it. And I walked in and I remember when I went to Sedona, and this woman, I was like listening to her talk to people who were like looking at the crystals, and she's like, you need to allow it to come to you and whichever crystal calls to you. And I was like literally rolling my eyes, and I was just like, okay, let me try it. And I was like,
but I got the feelers.
I was like, ain't shit coming to me. Like none of these crystals work. These are stupid. So I like walked out the store, never thought about it again. And then it happened when I went to that store. And I found this rose quartz.
Show us. She's pretty.
She's so cute, right? She's so pretty. This is my favorite. Rose quartz it's always been my favorite crystal. My mom's always bought me crystals like throughout my life. Like she always got me rose quartz.
I feel like she influenced you.
Yes, she definitely influenced me. She's been about the crystals before the crystals were even a thing. She was always with the black tourmaline. So this is a black tourmaline right here.
Definitely a lot
of protection.
Yeah, good one to have
right
for
there.
Sure.
Yeah, so she got me one of those. So yeah, I think that she's always like influenced me with the crystals, but I really got into it myself last year.
Yeah, I think for me, kind of similar. I have bought crystals from the museum shop as well, just because they're so pretty. I've always loved the unique pieces. It's just pretty to look at. That's why I started kind of collecting them. But for me also wasn't until maybe, I want to say when I did my road trip. So I did a road trip through the Southwest. So like Utah, Nevada, Arizona.
You went to Arizona, yeah.
New Mexico. Around that time, there must be something about like the Southwest and those healing kind of like
a lot of vortexes there.
thoughts and, practices or whatever. But I remember getting a bunch of like crystals, necklaces, like a clear quartz one and some moonstone ones. And I just thought, it was just like a piece for me to collect at that point. But started using crystals intentionally, probably last year as well. And towards the end of 2020, early 2021. Let me tell you, girl, I was going through some shit.
Yeah, we all were. We still are.
Earlier this year, and like I said, like something about the Southwest. So when I was in California earlier this year, I was going through some stuff, and it wasn't until like I found myself sitting on the couch clutching a crystal. I don't remember which ones in each hand, and really being like, "Is this what my life came to? Am I praying or like talking to these crystals and really thinking that they're going to help me?" But they did. And I think that's where we're going to get into kind of like intentions with crystals. Well, obviously we know that some crystals have, certain properties and they help with certain things, but what I have kind of grown to learn is that, any crystal you can set any intention with. Anything. And it just serves as like a reminder to you, like what that crystal kind of imbues, right? Like why does this remind you of like, communication? Because, this is a blue quartz one. So it's good for communication and, your throat chakra, whatever, and then looking at it or holding it just kind of reminds you to like be in that power. And that's why I love using crystals for intention setting.
Yeah. And I think that once you choose your crystal, and your crystal will come to you once you start.
Because the lady at the crystal store was
it's
right.
really true. Like it will come to you and like
it will find you.
Yeah. And sometimes like you'll just be like, or sometimes maybe you'll be on social media and you're like, you know what? I want to go get a rose quartz because I love rose quartz. And you'll go buy a rose quartz and that's how you'll start, right? But when you start your journey with crystals, there's other steps to make it work because it just doesn't work, right? Like it's just not gonna work.
Honestly, it doesn't work if you just buy it and put it there on your table. It looks pretty, whatever. It's the intention setting that makes it work. So I have done a lot of work with my crystals, like journaling with them, like just having them there and setting my intentions, having it in my possession and in my view. Meditating.
I meditate with your crystals? I meditate with my crystals. So, so me and Brenda are different in the regards of like, she likes smaller crystals and I like
tumblers.
And I like the bigger, like I can show it and have it around my house. Those are kind of the kind of crystals that I like. And because I meditate with them, I like to kind of just like hold them and do my thing.
Have some weight to it.
And like for this, like, so for rose quartz, I remember when I was younger and my mom would buy it for me, like I always was reminded that it was for love. And that was my intention for 2022. But, for love, it can be to seek love. But really, if you really think about it, it's for self-love. So it's like, because once you are full within yourself, you're so abundant with everything else. Like you'll attract everything.
Right.
So that's, I don't know, like I love rose quartz. I think it's like the prettiest. It's very basic. It is the most basic stone, but it's like, I think it's the most beautiful, literally. So you can set that intention to whatever it is, whether it's like healing yourself, like self-love, or if you want to find love, you can,
it's anything you want it to be. And that's what is so great and fun about crystals. And like we said earlier, like it could be intimidating because there's so many and I'm still learning about new ones every day and like what properties they have and what their good uses are. But like, you can have your basics, like you said, the clear quartz over there.
And I have these are my crystals that I brought in, but this is a black tourmaline. And again, you can see the difference. Like I like mine a little bit like bigger than what Brenda likes hers. and I'll have it. And the black tourmaline, it's protection. So it's protection from like people,
bad energy, just bad energy, like in general.
Whether you want to believe it or not, some people just have bad intentions for you.
Yeah.
You know, like not everybody's going to love you and like have those good intentions for you.
Exactly.
Like you just never know. Like you just never know. So I always have this on me, especially if like I know that I'm going to like into a tough situation, or like if I know that there's someone's energy is like negative towards me.
Yeah.
I'll have it in my purse or like wherever, because or sometimes I just feel like I just need to be protected. So I just have it with me at all times.
Well, the reason why I love the little ones, like the more polished ones, like the tumblers, is that I love carrying, now I feel kind of witchy saying this, but like a little bag of crystals.
There it goes.
There it goes.
It's gone.
It probably means that I need to work with that one.
Yeah,
I'm
for real.
very drawn to it. It's telling me a message, and that's how I communicate with my crystals.
Yeah.
But I like carrying them around with me, also like in my purse, depending on the situation that I'm getting into. So I have done this before where like if I know I'm going to be talking to someone and we might be having issues or something, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bring my black tourmaline for a little protection, my blue one that just fell on the floor so that I know that I can like communicate effectively, and maybe some, a clear one, which the clear quartz is good for like amplifying other energies from the other stones. And for me, it works. I'll keep some in my car. Definitely like the protection ones. If you feel like you need a little extra protection when you're driving, those are great. Have them by the door so that when people come in, they're not bringing in that negative energy. So I think for me, the basis is like, if you believe in energy, good and bad energy, like the crystals are going to amplify that for you, because that's all it is. Like we're energy, the rocks are energy. We all come from the same place, from this earth, and it's the same source of energy.
Yeah, for sure. And so you had mentioned like if you're having like a conversation with someone or something, like you'll bring a couple of crystals with you. So, all right. So a quick story time real quick. So this fluorite, again, it's like my favorite. So I have this one, and I was going through a difficult time with a specific person.
Yeah.
And I had gone to this shop and I just wanted to check it out because, we're always like, let's go to a crystal shop.
We always go to a crystal shop everywhere we are.
Yeah. So I went into the crystal shop. I didn't know anything that I wanted, and it was like super packed with crystals. It was like overwhelming, but they had a lot of nice stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just looking around and I'm like, okay, I don't think I want anything. And I saw this one and it didn't have a name to it. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I asked the lady, I was like, hey, like, what is the name of this crystal? And she's like, oh, it's a fluorite. And I was like, okay. And she was like, it's the Order of Chaos. And I was like, yeah, that's the one I need. So I need some Order of Chaos in my life.
This is my fluorite piece. And as you can see,
they're different.
They come in a lot of different sizes. You have the point.
Yeah.
And mine is just kind of like a rough, raw stone.
Yeah.
But just, just comes, mine wasn't labeled either. And I was like, what is this?
Order of Chaos, fluorite, for sure. So if your life is a little chaotic, like mine was at the time,
girl,
I was like meditating with this, like, help me, Jesus, like for real. So this is one of my favorite ones because no matter how calm your life is, you'll always have a chaotic issue at some point.
I agree.
It does not matter. So this helped me a lot in a lot of tough conversations that I knew I was having. So I love this crystal a lot. So I know that it's like very overwhelming.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
We're not going to try to cover everything, but I think we're just kind of like going through it. It's so funny today, actually. So I have a tiger's eye bracelet. I also have it here in this like little tumble.
I don't have a tiger's eye.
Girl, so you're right. When you need something or you're looking for something, it will come and seek you.
Yeah.
I know, I actually remember getting this because I was like, I want to have the confidence to like go after what I want and like not be held back anymore. And so one of the properties for the tiger eye is like confidence.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wear it on me, so that I can just be reminded, you know, that just
of
to,
your
like,
power,
be in your truth, be in your power. And my mom actually gave me another one today. She's like, I have the same one. I have one.
Yeah.
And then she gave it to me. Now I have two. It's so funny.
They're beautiful.
So yeah, things just come and they seek out. So when you go into a crystal store, I agree, it's very freaking overwhelming, but you kind of just gotta like take it all in. And you know, sometimes the pretty ones do speak to you, and you're called to it, and that's the one that you're supposed to buy. So don't be like me. Well, you can be like me and buy like multiple stones at once.
And
but
another way to do it, like if you feel like you're not getting called to a crystal, but you really want one, because you're going through something, like whatever it may be, like whether you want to manifest something, because there's many crystals. I think pyrite is one.
Oh, I love pyrite.
Yeah. Pyrite is one that you can kind of manifest. And, you know, if you want that stone, that crystal, go get it.
Just
like,
have it in your mind.
It in your mind. Like, you know what? I want that crystal, and that's the one that I want. Maybe you'll walk into a crystal shop and you don't even get the good vibes from it. Because I've walked into a crystal shop and I'm like,
I will leave.
I don't have no
the
good
vibes are wrong.
Yeah. Like I'm like, this feels a little weird. Yeah. I'm gonna walk out. So I'll like walk
definitely out. Like the whole collective energy of all the crystals in there. Like, y'all been sitting there for a while.
Yeah, for sure. So that can be another way that you can go and try to find like a crystal. And even if you don't want to carry it like us, like if you don't want to carry your crystals, you don't have to. I don't really carry a lot of crystals with me either. Sometimes it depends on the situation. Yeah. But put it in your house. Like you will literally feel the difference in your home. Like my room, it's not filled with crystals, but it has like specific crystals that I have. Like these are the main ones that I have in my room. I also have amethyst that's so pretty. And the amethyst was one that I think it was the last stone for my room in Phoenix that I had wanted and I bought. And I went in and I was like, I'm going to go get an amethyst because I'm ready to buy it. And I went and I found one, and it's like, you know, there's a lot of protection up in my room. I also have nightmares.
I love amethyst. Yeah. Oh yeah. So you did have nightmares.
Yeah. So I have sleep paralysis, and that's a whole different other thing. But I get sleep paralysis, and it's the worst. So I learned through my research of crystals that there's some crystals that allow, you know, the protection. There's a lot of protection. Amethyst is also a protection stone. So I had, you know, those stones near my bedside. And then I have other stones that will kind of just like bring like lots of good vibes and good spirits to me. Yeah. Because I was just like these, if anyone has had sleep paralysis, you know how that feels. It literally feels like someone, it's the worst fear ever.
Did you go out when you were having like these sleep issues, go out and look for a stone to help you with that?
No, I didn't actually. I just like one day I was just like, I forget what I did or what I was doing. And I'm like, wait, you can put these like in your, because I was starting to learn that there's some stones you can't put in your room because it gives you energy, so you won't be able to sleep. Yeah. So it's like, wait, hold on. So then I started like, I'm like, okay, I know black tourmaline is protection. I know amethyst is protection. I know that my rose quartz is just love all around. And then my fluorite is the order of chaos. So obviously it's a chaotic like dream. Nightmare. That's not a fucking dream. Sleep paralysis is not a dream. That shit is a straight up nightmare.
Real. It's real.
It's just real. It's real. So I have all of these like stones like around my room and like very like nicely put and organized that I can just like sleep comfortably. But it was just all the stuff that I had collected already. Yeah. And then that's what I did. And I hadn't had a nightmare in a very long time. So and I was like, wait, what? Like it was the craziest thing.
And then we were figuring out that you weren't sleeping well because you weren't sleeping in your room.
Yes. Yeah. And then I had slept not in my bed, and I didn't have my crystals with me, obviously. and I had a fucking sleep paralysis dream, and I was like, the crystals work.
They work.
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't know if I was trying to get a message or something. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
But it was just the craziest thing. But yeah, I really do feel like crystals helped me with my sleep, at least with regarding sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think there's a crystal for everything and anything. So I think that's a good place to start. Well, like when you mentioned earlier, like if there's something that you want to deal with or if you work through.
What if you're feeling anxious?
Just look it up.
Look it up.
And literally it's all over Instagram, TikTok, the internet these days, all these crystals, you know, and like what they do. And then, go see if you can find one, and it will definitely jump out at you because you need it.
Yeah.
It will make itself known.
Yeah. So there's obviously like other steps to when you bring a crystal home, you have to remember that everything is energy, right?
Yeah.
So you have energy, I have energy, our energies are different, you know, like
it's
what I carry
right now.
So just imagine how many people has touched your like stone that you just purchased.
Oh yeah.
Right?
It's like how TMI maybe.
Yeah.
Like when I buy underwear at the store.
Yeah.
I always wash them first before I wear them because you don't know who's been touching these undergarments and then you put them on.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
So it's the same thing. Like it's the energy. So everything is energy. So you have to clean them. So we're making this one a part 2 because we wanted to be able to, it's just too much. We wanted to give you an explanation on if you're a beginner and you don't know where to start, we want to help you. Like we want you to be part of this vibe.
Come with us.
It's fun over here. It's fun.
Yeah, so that's a great point. I think there's a lot that we still want to get into. We talked about, how we got into it, how you can set intentions for your crystals, but since you and I are kind of limited in our collection right now, obviously we're not at our place of residence.
Yeah.
So we only have a couple of pieces, but if you guys are interested to see, the kinds of stones that we have, that's something that we could do another episode on. And then, I don't know. Yeah. How to cleanse them. That's a huge one. Like Jenny,
and that's going to be in that part 2.
Yeah. And we can include that in a part 2 and let us know what else you want to know. Like if you want to learn more about which basics you should have at least to start out with, any cool, interesting ones you want to know about. Like there's just so much. And once you open that door,
there ain't no going back.
There's no going back.
Or boy.
There's a lot out here to learn and we're still learning about them.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, we just wanted to like really share the impact that crystals have had on our journey. Really, that it really signified the beginning of my self-healing journey, really, is when I started like tuning into more of the energies of the stones and using them intentionally.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to intention, I think, and what you use them for. So
it's magical.
It's magic. The crystals are magic, but then again, we're magic too because
we're magical beings. Everybody. Yeah. So we're going to sign off now, just so that we can start talking about how to cleanse, how to charge your crystals, because if you don't do that, you're not going to get the benefits. So you're going to be those people that's sitting around talking about, it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Oh, we got to address that too. It really is like mindset. Like,
it's mindset.
Like anything else. Like, it's not going to work if you don't believe it's not going to work. Like, you can't go in with that type of energy.
Intention.
So
it's all energy.
So we should cover that too.
Yeah. So definitely hit us up on our social media. Make sure that you are following us on all platforms. So we obviously have TikTok, and then we have Instagram. So you can find that, the bios down below.
Yes.
If you don't want to look down below, it's Instagram, it's crystals.claws.coffee, and then TikTok, it's crystalsclawscoffee.
Yeah.
One word.
And let us know what you want to learn more about, because we're all learning together on this. And it's been fun. So definitely join us on this.
Yeah. We want you on our side.
Bye. Bye.